Good morning, everybody. This is Dee Reinhardt with Illinois WorkNet. I have Olivia Grisham on the call with me. You want to say hi, Olivia? Olivia, I don't know what happened, but I'm not hearing you speak.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes. So, all right. So we're going to get going. We don't have very much on our agenda today, so we shouldn't have to take much of your time unless you guys have questions about anything. We're happy to answer those for you, as always. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the dashboards. And we're not going to worry a whole lot about intake dashboard items right now because you guys are only, you guys are only 56 people away from hitting 5,000. Woo-hoo! My goodness. It's been a haul, but we're doing so good right now. We're almost there. But that doesn't mean that the job is done because we still have all of these customers who are in the EPIC treatment group who need to be engaged, re-engaged, followed up with, met with, all of those kind of things. We still have staffings to do until our last customer is done. So we need to make sure that we're following through with all of the items that we need to do. And one of those things is follow up with the items on the enrolled dashboard that are part of DHS responsibility. So if you notice, the items that are on our sheet right here are only enrolled dashboard line items. So for no show for the CBO intake, we have a number of people from Calipark and Humboldt, some from Mid-South, Northern, Northwest, West Suburban. My sheet is not West Suburban and Western. Rockford, I don't know what happened, but you've got 15 people that were no-show to the CBO, and I'm not sure why that number is so big right now, because normally your number isn't that big. Bloomington, you've got 1. Decatur, you've got 4. Chester, 1. East St. Louis, 4. So if you guys can follow up with those customers who are no-show for the CBO intake appointment, that would be wonderful. Yes, Olivia. The referral pending not scheduled, we only have none. There's no people in that list. Woo-hoo-hoo! So that is wonderful. One of the things that does happen with that, though, is if you have to change somebody's intake appointment, then there could be somebody in there, but they should really only be in there for a couple of moments while you get them scheduled to a new appointment. We are going to continue having the CBOs schedule intake appointments through the end of the year because of re-engaging customers. We need to make sure that we have that going on. Now, for referral rejected, we have 16 people showing up on the list, but of that 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those 16 are customers who are exempt and referral rejected, so they don't need any activity done on them at this moment. So the people that have a number in this list, we need you to follow up and figure out what's going on with these customers. I check these every other week, and I look to see if there's been any action taken, and then I discuss these with Deidre, and we come about with who's going to contact the office. Deidre normally does contact the office about following up with these customers. So there's 3. West Suburban, you've got 3. Everybody else just has 1. So if you can follow up and see what's going on with those rejected referrals, what we are planning on doing is having the CBOs add some additional training programs. So when we try to re-engage these customers who have been sanctioned or coming off sanction, or maybe they didn't want to maybe they got in and they didn't like any of the programs or the provider or whatever it was, we're going to have them try to add some additional programs. So we need to stay on top of all of these numbers. No longer appropriate for services. There are 2 from Quincy. So Quincy, if you can meet with those customers and find out what's going on, that would be wonderful. Then we've got 30 people in the recommend sanction list. Cal Park, you've got 5, Humboldt 7, Mid-South 5, Southeast 3, West Suburban 4, Western 1. Then we go down to Quincy has 1, Chester has 1, and East St. Louis have 2. I can't remember if Chester is mandatory or not. Can somebody let me know the answer to that? Okay, so then if you guys can meet with those customers and find out what's going on with them, and if they do need to be sanctioned because they didn't show up for their 2846G appointment, then we probably need to get those marked in the EPIC system. Case note is wonderful. Okay, thank you, Ashley. Case note is wonderful. Just let us know in the EPIC system what's happening. You know, if you've got an appointment scheduled, that's great. That lets me know that you've at least seen this and that we can move forward with this. All right, these will be coming out in the notes from Olivia, so if you did not get to see your office or if you have any questions about that, we're happy to answer that for you. For the statewide intake projections, we are 56 people away, 56. We can do that in a week, folks. So what we need to be aware of is we do have some customers who are scheduled out through November 2nd. We will stay on top of these numbers daily between now and probably the end of next week. We should be reaching our goal of 5,000, and then we will be stopping random assignment. But like I said earlier, just because we're stopping random assignment doesn't mean that we have to stop with the EPIC customers. We still have staffings to do. We still have all of this follow-up that still needs to be done. So Region 1, you're doing a valiant job. You're only at 89%, but maybe you can get that 56 and get yourself over that 90 mark. Region 2, you did a yeoman's job, hitting 164%. Woo, woo, woo. And I think Region 3 did an awesome job getting to 66% because they are totally voluntary. So I think everybody in the webinar needs to congratulate Region 3 on what they were able to do with totally voluntary customers. Region 4, you hit 116%. That's wonderful. And Region 5, you led the charge all the way through, and you still have done a great job at getting to 141% of your goal. So I applaud everybody for your efforts. We need to push Region 1 just a little bit so that they can break that 90% mark. So I'm really happy that we are so close, and then we will just keep going on. And the last piece that I have is there is going to be, we did this specifically for Region 5, and we were going to have, we had training yesterday, a short training on this webinar platform. We're going to do another one at 4 p.m. on Thursday the 28th. I am inviting any of you who would like to attend that to join us, and Olivia will be putting out it's going to be this webinar, and the phone number that we're going to dial into, I'm going to put in the chat pod right now. It is 855-802-8559, and the code is 5869. That is the number that you'll be able to dial into on Thursday, the 28th at 4 p.m. I'm going to do a show and tell webinar. It will not be recorded, but we do have a recording for you guys in the Epic Partner page. So you can find that and the directions on the Epic Partner page. So anybody who wants to join us that does staffings with your CBOs, we are going to be demonstrating how you can use the staffing tool to make this easier for both of you. All right. I am done with the things that I had on my list to talk about. Olivia, do you have anything that you would like to share?
I do not have anything.
Do we need to talk about that we will be,
Oh,
once
yeah.
we
Yep.
hit the 5? Go ahead.
So as you guys know, we are all getting very close to reaching that 5,000 mark. Dee and I have been talking about how we're going to go about taking down some of the orientation computer labs. We're going to work with DHS on getting that figured out and scheduled out. And we will be sending out more information once we have some dates and a process set in place. So we are working on that, and that should probably start taking place around the beginning, middle part of October.
All
Do you
right.
have anything to add, Dee?
No, we'll send out a schedule to all of the primary contacts that we have on our list and to the regional administrators where there are computer labs set up. The one thing that I do want to ask everybody, though, is on our list that Deidre gives us from the primary and secondary contacts, there are some phone numbers that sometimes don't transfer when you guys transfer. So if you happen to be giving Deidre a new contact for the list, please, please make sure that you include what your direct phone number is so that we can get in touch with you if we need to. I know for a fact that I tried to reach somebody one day and it was somebody totally different's voice and name on the answering machine when it came through. So if you have updates that you need to make to that DHS contact list, please give them who and the phone number that they can be reached at. Because this is also what the CBOs use to reach out to you if there is a question or a concern about a patient, a customer. The reason I'm saying that is I just read an email that one of the customers had a diabetic attack while they were at the CBO one day, had to go to the hospital, and the CBO needed to reach out to the DHS person, and we just need to make sure that that the contact is flowing both ways. All righty. I think we're done and almost in record time. I had one webinar that was shorter than this, but there were only 3 people on the call. So this morning we have quite a few of you, and we're going to be done in 15 minutes. So any other questions from anyone? All right, well, everybody have a great rest of your day. Try and stay cool this weekend. It's unseasonably warm September. Go Cubs, go. Bye now.